Hello and welcome to Car Dealer Live. I'm James Baggott. I'm the editor of Car Dealer magazine, and today I'm delighted to be chatting to the CEO of Arnold Clark, Mr. Eddie Hawthorne. Good morning, Eddie. How are you?
Morning, James. I'm fine. Yourself?
Very good. Thank you very much. Eddie, welcome. Thank you very much for your time today. Now, Arnold Clark has once again topped the Car Dealer Top 100 list of the most profitable car dealers in the UK. Revenue for the firm soared to 4.75 billion, with pre-tax profit of 263 million pounds in 2021. Our list actually ranks dealers by EBITDA profit, which pegs Arnold Clark at 398 million for the year. An amazing performance, Eddie. The first thing everybody will want to know is what is your secret, or maybe should I say, how much of your secret are you prepared to give away?
Well, to be fair, James, it's like everybody, a lot of hard work. 2021 was what I would call a Carlsberg year for the motor trade. As a specialist in used cars, we were able to really take advantage of that. The margins were strong for us. Our digital journey was strong for us, and we managed to keep the costs under control. So, genuinely, we had a phenomenal year in 2021. Been a bit tougher in 2022, but 2021 was great.
Yeah, 2021 has been described a little bit as a moment in time for the industry, hasn't it? I mean, Carlsberg year is a great way of summing it up. Do you think that's something that we'll ever repeat? I mean, some people say that we'll never see it again.
I think, I mean, genuinely, James, every 10 years or something, when we get a market readjustment. So if you cast your mind back, your viewers who are old enough will remember 2008, and then 2009 was a real bounce back year for the industry again, and then it kind of settled down in 2010. And I think what we saw was a lot of pent up demand at the back of 2020 off of the pandemic, and a lot of people with a lot of disposable income in 2021, and car sales were particularly strong.
And how would you describe, Eddie, your management style? There'll be a lot of dealers out there looking on at you enviously and the career that you've had. How would you describe how you run Arnold Clark?
Well, it's dead simple, James. A car a day keeps Eddie at bay. So, sell a car a day and everybody's fine. So we just we keep it nice and simple. Let's make it simple for everybody, and we just focus in on the basics. And again, we try and not get carried away or too complacent. Just keep those basics. Make sure we're answering the customers and prospecting where required. And that's what we have to do. And it's paying dividends this year when things are a wee bit tougher. If you keep focusing in on the basics, then you still get the results.
And we're obviously talking about 2021 at the end of 2022. You've mentioned that this year has been a little bit tougher. I mean, what can we expect as we look at your results next year?
We're going to have our second best year ever, James, but it's not going to top the heady heights of 263 million. I don't know. Tomorrow is the day I'm going to sit down with my accountants and figure out what we're actually going to be able to achieve once we see what all the various provisions and bonuses that are going to be coming in. So I think we'll be, we might not even get to 200 million this year. So it's just been a wee bit more of a slog, particularly from about April time, and I think the industry saw that from April. Things started to slow down. We did suffer a lot from our new car orders, which we thought were going to come through in the first half of 2023, falling back into the second half, and now some of them have even fallen back further. And again, a little bit more of a shortage of used cars in the marketplace, which has led to a falling number of sales. Couple that with the crisis at the end of the year for cost of living, fuel crisis. Disposable income isn't what it was in 2021. So the number of people that are looking for a car, that population is a lot less than it was last year.
And where are the real profit centres for Arnold Clark? I mean, you are very, very successful when it comes to used cars. I mean, what else is really performing for you?
Used cars are still performing really well for us, and our contract hire and hire drive divisions are performing exceptionally well this year. Again, contract hire is doing well on disposal of vehicles, and our hire drive fleet is doing exceptionally well with high utilisation of our fleet. So those are the two areas that are really doing well for us.
You've grown the business, I think at last count, to 193 dealerships, 160 service centres, and representing 28 brands. What's next for your group?
I would be giving you away the trade secrets, James. I mean, I would have to say that we've got a few things up our sleeve that hopefully we're going to bring to marketplace in 2023 that might give us a little bit of a shift in profitability again and take us to the next level. But I'll maybe tell you about that next year.
Yeah, please do. What are your thoughts, Eddie, on agency sales? You represent a number of different brands who are going to be doing this in a number of different ways. What are your thoughts on agency?
I think it's a new way of working with our manufacturer colleagues. Genuine agency is going to be a challenge. Non-genuine agency, I'm a little bit skeptical about how that will sit with a franchise model hand in hand. But I'm sure we'll work it through with the manufacturers, and we'll achieve what we have to, which is selling cars and making money. And
if there's an agency model you don't like, would that mean that you'd part company with that manufacturer?
No, I mean the only time we would part company with a manufacturer if we don't believe that the agency model is legal.
Okay. Yeah. And what do you think's next for the new car market? Is supply improving, and is the demand still there?
Well, the demand is still there. Supply is still a little bit patchy, but hopefully, I'm hoping that 2023 will be a year where we can get back to some semblance of normality, whatever that normality actually looks like now, James. But if we can get back to shorter delivery times, shorter wait periods for customers, that would be our goal for 2023.
And you've mentioned it is tougher times out there. We are in a recession. The economy is struggling. How does Arnold Clark continue to perform in that market? I mean, especially when demand has dropped.
Again, one of the things that we've done, James, is we've made sure that we looked after our staff. We've got our staff on side. Our staff are working extremely hard. And it's back to what I said to you right at the start of the interview. It is just down to basics. When the going gets tough, you just have to grind out a result.
And what do you think is going to happen next to the used car market? We've seen some crazy things happening with used car prices. You mentioned they're getting back to some form of normality. What does normality look like for the used car market in the future?
I think where we're all struggling a little bit just now is that there's a shortage of nearly new used cars, and that's just a function of supply over the last couple of years. And I think there's a customer base out there that are looking for those. So that would be my wish, to try and get back to some nearly new cars, younger new cars, used cars, for the used car market. Is where we are hopefully trying to get to next year.
I mean, that does mean that the manufacturers are going to have to move to a bit more of a push market, aren't they?
Yeah, it will do. It will do. But I think there's a lot of people who have been waiting to change their cars, and there's still a large number of customers out there with 0 to 3 year old cars that can easily come into the marketplace.
And what are your thoughts on how car dealers are going to change in the years ahead? I mean, what's the biggest item on your agenda when you look to the future?
Digital.
And how do you think that's going to affect things?
It's going to affect things massively. I mean, one of the things that we're constantly looking at is that how can we continue to be relevant to our customers, and as long as we can be relevant to our customers, then we see a very firm, sustainable future for our business and the car retailing business. But it's relevance through ease of business in a digital environment.
We recently reported on Arnold Clark's attempt to buy the group Cars 2. It obviously didn't go ahead, as the statement that was issued said. But does that mean that Arnold Clark's now on the lookout for other acquisitions opportunities?
We're always on the lookout for opportunities, James, and it's things that will fit our business. Unfortunately, as we shown, we didn't quite get there with Alan and his team. But again, managed to part friends, so that's quite good. So genuinely, we are looking for other opportunities. We're also looking to expand our existing footprint through Click and Collect, and we're also going to bring some new concept stores to the marketplace.
And so, how big would you like Arnold Clark to get?
Well, I always used to say, as long as I can get to a branch in a day, which was Sir Arnold's view, then we can still manage it. That's not quite the pace, but I think we've got the overhead and we've got the staff that we can easily take more retail outlets. Probably another, I'm not going to put a number on it, but a few retail outlets for 2023-24.
So what sort of thing, not wanting to push you too much, but I will, what sort of thing are you looking for, Eddie?
What are we looking for? I'm looking for a property which is within our existing footprint, which allows me to expand via economies of scale. That's really what I'm looking for.
And any particular brands?
No particular brands at all. It's just something which is a good opportunity for us to expand our footprint and, as I said, get economies of scale from our existing infrastructure and logistics support. And
where do you see the big opportunities for car dealers as we go forward?
Well, I don't know about big opportunities, James. I think I always like to eat the elephant a slice at a time. So little opportunities and trying to make sure that there are other areas where we can be relevant to our customers and perhaps in the future be able to have an income stream from that.
And there'll be lots of car dealers watching this, looking up to your successes. Have you got any parting words of advice for them?
Keep the faith. It'll get better, and there's always another sale round the corner.
Eddie, wise words indeed. Thank you very much for giving up your time today. Congratulations on topping the Car Dealer Top 100 once again, and I'm pretty sure we'll probably be talking to you again next year.
Well, here's hoping, James. Here's hoping. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So that's Eddie Hawthorne, CEO of Arnold Clark there. So to read the full Car Dealer Top 100 list, you can log on to cardealermagazine.co.uk and click on the Top 100 tab at the top of the page. I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us. Goodbye.